What up, everybody? It's your girl, Melissa. Woo woo. Y'all, it's Friday. We don't know what's happening in Colorado. It's snowing.
Girl.
And now the weather's all out. It's because these queens are with me today. They brought the sunshine. Come on, girl. I'm so excited today to have a special guest. I have Raj Jalari and Monique. Brooks Roberts.
Yes.
Together though. Super excited to have you ladies in the house today. And so I'm just going to let you introduce to our guests that might not know. Some of you on Ignite know who Monique is. She was here. We got an exclusive from her. You got to hear her live, and it was off the chain. And so some of you might know who she is, but those new listeners coming in, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, hey everybody, my name is Monique Brooks Roberts. I'm a soulful jazz violinist, and I'm super happy to be here with Melissa and my girl Raj Jalari today.
And hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Raj Jalari. I'm a jazz vocalist. I'm so excited to be here. I have been friends with this beautiful sister for 15, 17 years at this point. It feels like longer now. It's at least 10 years. At least 10, 11 years. 10. Yeah. But I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to finally be with you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have you here, and I am super excited for your show coming up. Guys, y'all, if you have not heard them, you just need to go on their pages right now. Go to YouTube, everywhere on social media, and you got to hear these queens. They are amazing. They have voices like no other. You know, I'm just there, and I'm just...
Well, I got the voice. She got the voice.
I got you the last time because I told her I was like, she's serious.
I think we be trying to get her to sing every show. She don't be trying to hear it.
I'm going to be like that on next Saturday. Like, sing.
You might hear me do a little background for Ron.
Yeah, so, you know, you have an upcoming show, and I want to share with the world because I want to get it out there and just share, like, your amazing talent. You girls are amazing. And when these are queens, I say they are queens, y'all.
Thank you so much.
You're just so talented, strong women, inspiring women, and even just to see your whole transformation through COVID and just how much you've been working on everything, like your talents, your side jobs, like all the things, your podcast that you got going on. And so let's talk about your concert next week really quick and how that's going to happen, where it's at. You give us all the deets.
Yeah, so honestly, you know, COVID, everybody knows about these COVID times we're living in. This is our first show together in a venue like this. Like we've had the opportunity to do some things outdoors, but this is like our first show like indoors with each other since the pandemic, before the pandemic. So it's going to be at Dazzle next Saturday, April 24th. Show starts at 7, and there's only 10 tickets left, y'all. Like
we was trying to hold the place for y'all, but y'all just went up there and bought them all, and I appreciate it.
Yes, 10 tickets. So, and as you guys know, I always drop in the links after the show so you guys can go find where everything's at, go to their pages, all their social media pages, where you can purchase tickets. But right now, you could jump on and purchase your tickets right now. So go to their page, because by the time the show's over, if you didn't get it, you snooze, you lose. I'm telling you.
I know it.
And so super excited that your show's coming up, you know. And so how does that feel to get back out there and performing?
Oh, man, it feels great.
I'm going to try my best not to cry on stage, because I was just telling Henry outside that, you know, there was a moment where you weren't sure when you were going to be back on stage again. Everything was closed. And for us to go through last year where all of the venues that we knew, and we were so excited, we had so many plans, and everything shut down. There's been such a level of uncertainty. So I'm going to cry a little bit. Y'all just going to have to give me a minute, and then we'll get back to the music. But I'm just going to be so excited to be back on stage.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so do you feel, though, because I always feel like, everything happens for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's times and seasons for everything. Do you feel that even though things got shut down, that this has just prepared you more for this moment coming up?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even when you just look at like our podcast, like we have
Yeah.
a podcast together called the SIP Podcast with our dear sister Carrie Joy.
Yes, and we're gonna have to get you guys back on here to talk more. Today was just an exclusive to get it out, get you guys out,
Yeah.
and so that when we have more time, and then let us know about the podcast.
Yeah,
Tell
absolutely.
us about the SIP.
Yeah, it airs every Friday, 5 p.m. live from our Facebook page. And, prior to that, we're meeting up at Roger's house doing our recordings. I was traveling. It was really difficult to kind of stay consistent. The pandemic hit, and we had to shift. We had to figure out how we were going to keep it going. And it's been a beautiful thing. I mean, we just did our first event at the Red Line Art Center for Billie Holiday, and it was just incredible community event in 5 Points. And just a lot of the stuff that we're doing is just, you got to figure out a way to kind of like get through this. I mean, the whole world is feeling it.
Yeah.
And so we're not alone in this. And so you got to maneuver ways and just kind of figure out where your lane is, create your new lane, just try to figure it out. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and you guys are doing it. And you did your special last month with Billie Holiday. Tell us about that, because I've seen part of it, and it was amazing. And just even if you have not seen the series on Netflix, I think you can find it other places. I watched it on Netflix, but such a good movie.
Sorry,
and just
Oh, Siri.
Siri does not want you. She's like, no, girl. Siri, come on, girl. But such a good movie and such the talent, and then just to see you women empowering and what was going on in that whole event and aspect, and how did it go? What did you feel like being able to do that and pull it off? And I'm gonna let you share about that.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, first of all, let me say that she's very modest about the SIP. She is the brainchild of the SIP, and it stands for Singer, Instrumentalist, and a Poet, but it also stands for Sisters in Power. And so when we started the podcast back in like late 2018, early 2019, it was just a hobby for us to do. But when the pandemic hit, I feel like the pandemic made us stronger because it made us pivot and really play to our strengths and figure out what we could do as women, like how could we network, what could we get together. And the Billie Holiday event was a culmination of all of that, because our goal had always been to do in-person things.
Yeah.
But then with the pandemic, we were like, we didn't know what we were going to be able to do. And then this film came out, The United States versus Billie Holiday. And it was such a powerful film, and her story was so powerful that we just felt like we had to have a discussion about it. And the event came together in 2 weeks. We literally talked on the phone. We called our Diane Reeves, who was so gracious and came in to be there. Joe Foke, who's an amazing jazz vocalist here in Denver, was there. Kim Dawson. And then for Redline to even give us the space to do it, it was one of those magical events that you can't imagine. You didn't think it was going to be that great in 2 weeks.
But y'all are queens, so I know you pulled it off. And it was amazing, like everything that you guys did, and I was just so I'm inspired by you girls all the time.
Thank
you girls are just queens. Like you just embody empowerment of women of color, of really giving a voice to minorities, and just the intellect, and also just being so gifted. And I just love that, and I just love how you guys gracefully hold yourselves, and you guys just respect everybody. You guys are so genuine and true-hearted to every person you meet and walk through, and I just love that about you guys. And I've been a fan following you guys. Henry turned me on to you, and I found you by myself, but, I've been following you guys, and, just how you guys carry yourselves, and it just makes you feel so good as a woman. It makes you feel so good as, a minority, of being like, we can do this, we can make it, we can do things and lift each other up without feeling like there's competition, you know. And I love that about you because it's we've talked about that on my show before though too, like my win is your win is my win, and you guys literally are the embodiment of that. So I just want to thank you guys for that, and
that means a lot.
just so excited and graceful like that, just humbled that I'm good to be here with you because I really do truly look up to you guys. You guys are amazing. So
thank you. This is a joy thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, and so let's talk about the SIP. So if you guys haven't heard, you know, you heard a little bit. The SIP is on every Friday night at 5 p.m. So you could even catch it tonight after Ignite, and go check out the SIP. And so you've had a lot of great guests on there.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of great. I listen to you guys, so you know you put out. It's so fun. It's just, you know, it's like you're sitting there like listening to everything, and some of the stories of people you've had come on, some of the women that you've had come on. So, you know, like, tell us about your whole community of the SIP. You know, you kind of said singers, instrumentals, right, and poetic. So let us know, like, more about that.
Absolutely. So the idea really, how we first started it, how I thought about it was, every woman has their group chat with the girls, right?
Yes.
Every woman does. I don't know of a woman who doesn't have a group chat. And so in that group chat, we are very uncensored. We say what we feel. We'll send a meme. We'll be laughing. We'll send a serious story from the news that we saw, and we'll start going back and forth about it. And I was like, how cool would it be to create a podcast around the girls' group chat where we're not censored? Right. Then you add that extra level of like where a lot of black women and women of color in general are censored.
Yeah.
We're too strong. We too black. We too this. And so, no, this is our space. We get to create our space, take back that power, and create our own stories. And so, you know, what we talked about with the quarantine and the pandemic and everything, and us having to pivot. Before, we were having guests come on periodically, and now it's like an every week thing. So we have had over 30 women on our show weekly. We've had Diane Reeves, Grammy Award-winning jazz vocalist. We've had Juliette Jones. She's been featured on Grammy albums. You know, she's a violinist, composer. We've had Sherelle. She's a skater, painter in London, who has her own sip and paint and has a whole community of artists there, has her own artwork. We've been, I mean, just you name it, and we've had them on the show, and that's been like kind of what's been propelling us forward. It's like allowing there to be a space that we can have that black women feel safe to come on and talk. And we don't tell them, listen, you don't need to come on here and share your whole story, but if you feel inclined and if you feel safe in this space, and it always ends up being such a beautiful conversation around just the obstacles in their career or their life in general, and what inspires them. And who, you know, their mama and whoever else. It's really such a beautiful community. And then of course, we talk about politics because there's some mess going on. We talk about the sisters who are doing incredible things in the world. We talk about the not so great things from
you know.
And if you want to know more about our special segment, you're gonna have to catch us at 5. I will say it now, but I'm gonna keep it real cute here that you will listen today. But we talk about it all, and I think that's the
drink my water?
You might need a cocktail. But no, the idea behind it is just for us to be completely us and free in our conversation, and we talk about relationships and sex and just whatever, you know what I mean? Because we are multifaceted as black women. We're multifaceted, and I think it's really important to create that space for women to be themselves.
Yeah, and you really do. Like I said, you guys embody, like, and you bring such an authenticity where people feel good, like, feel like you are in that safe place. Because even when I first met you, like, I was just like, girl, what's up? You know, I was just like, okay, like, you really feel that, like, you know, you are in that safe place of each other. And so I see why people gravitate to you guys, because it is like, you know, being able to be freely, you know, talking about whatever you want to talk about, and that liberation, you know, that comes with it. And so it's amazing. I love it. You know, I've been following you guys, and so you can always check out the SIP. And again, guys, everything will be linked in the comments. You'll be able to get to every single social media page where you can buy concert tickets. Also, and then check them out tonight because they'll be on at 5 p.m. They're gonna run magically, and that's just how we do it. We are multifaceted. Like
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
right. But I think there's also, all of us need healing.
Yeah.
And how beautiful is it that we can help heal each other as women? And what you said earlier about that competition piece, there is a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that within the space of being a woman. And so for us, it's like, now, sis, like, I'm going to celebrate you. Like, you doing dope stuff. Come on, tell us about it so we can get other people to know who you are.
Yeah.
It's just like, to me, it's a dream. It's just really a dream that we can do this together.
Yeah, and and I love that because it's like, I feel as women, there's always, like you said, that competition, but it should be like we are all at different seasons. We're all at different, like in the process, like your process is higher right now and where you're at, and so we should celebrate and do that. And then once you get through your process, we're gonna celebrate and do that. Like, we're not all on the same, and I think that's kind of sometimes where our mindsets get as women, maybe just people in general, of like, well, I can't celebrate them because I'm not there, but it's like, it'll come. Like, it comes in time, and we can all win together if we help each other out. And we really are helping each other and winning together, because we're not competing and bashing each other and this and that, and then we can do so much more in unity than apart. And so I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so what else new is going on?
Just, preparing for the show.
Yeah.
Rehearsals. We can be playing some really dope music.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Some of Roger's originals, some of my originals, and then we're going to mash it up and do some really beautiful music
I'm so
together.
excited.
So it's going to be really dope.
Tickets, I saw it. I ordered my tickets first, and then I said, hey, guys, I need you to come on the show. Because, I can't miss out on my tickets, because I'm always that person like, I'll do it in an hour, and then everything's sold out. And I'm like, this time I was like, tickets first. All right, I'm hit you up.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Honestly, I just want to say, there is such a need for representation of women of color in radio.
Oh,
and so you don't understand, like the Women Network is so strong, and the Women of Color Network is so strong. And we literally booked this show. We didn't have any radio connections to go on and talk to anybody. And for you to send that message just means a lot, because I think if we can connect as women to our network, we can get a lot of things done.
Yeah.
So even if you think, we think one person might be at one level, another person might be at another level, you don't know what you have that we need.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what we have that we can give to you. So it's like, that network is strong. I appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah, I love you guys, and I was like, come out. You tell me what day. You just come out, girl. Like, I will sit outside your house. And those of you who know me know I will.
We sure do.
I'm that person. I'm always like, what are you doing? All right, I'm outside your house. Come out. We're going to go grab something to eat. I'm going to take you somewhere.
I love that, though.
After the pandemic, I appreciate that. I feel like there's so many things that we weren't able to do before, and now I just want to see my girls. Like, I keep reaching out to everybody, like, when are we going to meet up? Mask on? Like, let's just have a cocktail and do something.
I'm like, you just got to show up. That everybody who knows me, I'm that person. I'm like, I will sit outside. I even tell one of my friends, she's probably on here, Michelle. I'm like, girl, I will sit outside your window and talk to you through the window.
There you go.
I'm going to drink my Mountain Dew. You drink your water. I'm going to talk to you through the window. Right. But it's so important to have community.
That's right.
And we talk about community all the time, especially on here, just having that group of people. And I love it because I know even between both of you and the community that you have between all your players, all the pianists, everybody, the bass, everybody, just your whole group, and not just your whole group, but even like your fan base. Just it's a tight-knit community, and it's so good to have that community that empowers you, that sticks with you.
Yes.
And, what are your thoughts on community? Because, I always tell people in here all the time, get yourself that group of people that are going to push you, hold you accountable. I have that friend that makes me cry But then I'll be there 3 days later. Okay, girl, you were right.
Oh yeah, right.
And you need that because those are the people who are going to be real with you and help
Yeah.
push you and move you. And so, you know, if you just want to shed light on that, because you guys do have a really tight knit community, and I love that about you guys. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can.
For me, you know, community really is everything. Especially like the people who are really your people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like to have a family, whether they're chosen or, you know, blood, it's like to have a group of people who are rooting for you all the time is literally everything. And also, I think people have heard this saying before, if you the dopest one in your group, I want people doper than me. Like, my sister's dope. You know what I mean? Like, I'm rooting for her all the time. Like, we all want to just be.
And I'm like, my sisters are dope. My 2 drinks and my cheesecake. Okay?
But yeah, like that's everything, you know. And you know, if you weren't born in a community kind of feeling environment, to have that as an adult really is something that I cherish so much, because I got kids, so it's like I want to grow with the people around me.
Yeah.
You know, my kids love them. You know, she's Auntie Raj. You know what I mean? Like, it means everything to me. So for us to get to play music together, get to have a podcast together, get to do life together, travel, do family together. Like, that's really like the American dream. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's everything. You know, the money and the houses and the riches and all that stuff, that'll come, but like having your people, your people, like you're my person. That's everything.
Yes,
that's
and
everything.
it is. And I always want to like reiterate too, because I think sometimes people are like, well, you know, I don't have that, but sometimes you gotta step out and find it. You know what I mean? I know for me, for the longest time, it's like I was that person, like, oh, I don't have friends, I don't have this, I don't have that, like, but I, you know, I'd get in the wrong group or whatever, but then it was like, okay, like, you have to find those people sometimes. You know, sometimes, like, a lot of times you just attract and bind together, but sometimes you have to be the one willing to go out and find your people, and they're gonna attract back to you.
That's right.
That's so well said, because I think, you know, for us especially, like, we have our family, and family is cool, don't get me wrong, I love my family, but then I have my chosen family. I have Monique, I have Carrie, I have my husband, I have, like, all of our extended family, and it just, I think that as an artist or as a creative or as an entrepreneur, you cannot exist in a silo. You cannot think that if I'm just by myself and if I don't hustle with anyone or don't network, I'm the one that's going to make myself successful. That is absolutely not the way it's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
The way that you breed success is that you have success across your whole community.
That's
if
right.
everybody's winning, then you're going to win.
Yeah,
that's right.
But if you're the only one, like she said, if you're the only dope person in the room, then you're not going to win. You're not going to be successful for the long haul. And so community to me is everything. It is bloodline. It is my breath. It's the air I breathe in terms of what I do and how we connect and how we work together and how we love each other. It means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so community, guys, it's huge. And, you know, I love the tight-knit community also, like, in the vocals, jazz, creatives, like, everything, you know. And it's, like, it's another type of community, and it's so awesome. And so I love that you guys are here. And just want to celebrate you queens, because you guys are killing it out there, killing it in the game. And I just am so excited and honored that you guys are here today. And you know, I know we're doing a short today, just wanted to get out and promote you guys. And you know, if there's anything that we didn't talk about today that you want to say or give some shout outs, you know, before we head off today, just it's all you.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank y'all so much for watching, and go ahead and click that link that Melissa's going to post in the comments. We are doing our first in-person show with like 50-something people. Like, just to feel that energy is going to be everything. So it's going to be at Dazzle next Saturday night, April 24th. Door is at 6. Show starts at 7 p.m. So do not miss it. And if my husband is watching, I love you, boo. Hey. And just all our friends and family watching. And just for all our fans, all the people who have bought tickets, who are coming out, thank you so much. We appreciate the support, and we're going to have an amazing show.
And I want to give a shout out to the musicians who will be performing with us that night. As she mentioned, her husband Aaron Brooks Roberts will be on keys. Our incredible friend Callum Bear will be on bass. He plays guitar and bass, but he's playing bass for us for this gig. And our new friend drummer Jay Walker is also going to be on this show with us. So we're excited about that. And we actually have a special announcement just for y'all.
Oh, we get an exclusive.
So even though the tickets in person, there are only 10 left, we actually are going to be opening up virtual tickets. So everybody in your audience can actually watch the show streaming live. It's only $15. We will send you the link so you can get it. But those of you who are on with us live now, you don't have to be here in Denver. You can actually watch this show live stream, and I'm announcing it today. So you heard it here first.
And y'all, you know, I see everybody on here. I see Texas in the house. We got Dre with the podcast. I see San Antonio, Denver, California. And as you guys know, it doesn't show everything until after the live. You guys
right.
Like, you'll be like, okay, and then all these comments will pop up, and you're like, why weren't those comments all there when I was running it? And you know how they work. They're trying to keep us silent, but we're not silent.
That's right.
We'll still get the word out. You know how we are.
Exactly.
Spread it. And so I just want to thank you, ladies, so much for coming on and you know, sharing with us. I'm excited to see you guys. Get your tickets. As you know, if they're not already sold out yet to see it live in person, you better go get them now. And I'll see you there because I'll be there. Yay. And you know, you could buy one of my drinks.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Shout out to Dazzle too. Thank you so much, Dazzle, for having us. We're so excited.
Yes, we are.
So we just want to thank you guys as always for tuning in, hanging out with us here on KUHS Denver, the stream. And tonight, 5 p.m., check it out. The SIP, the comments will be in there. The links, everything will be attached. Get your tickets. And those of you that are still scared to come out, we're going to get you on the live. So get your tickets on the live. And we are excited. So next week, you'll see the posters. I'll share them, everything as well, too, so you guys have it. And, you know, before we head out today, I just want to remind you guys that if no one's told you today that you have purpose, you are loved, and you belong. So, yo, queens right here. Hey. Signing out, and your girl signing out here on KUHS on Ignite with Melissa. Love, peace, and God bless y'all.
Peace, y'all. Yay! Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Join us.